Hey folks, what's up folks? It's me, Mike Vanderpool, aka Get Good Dad, hanging out here today. Let me go ahead and get my screens situated. Man, oh man, it's a wild day. Not feeling great today. My family's been sick kind of most of the week, so I'm now finally getting it myself. Usually I'm the one that gets sick. My wife never gets sick, but she got something and it's trying to get me, but I'm doing everything I can to not get got, if you know what I mean. So Alka-Seltzer in one hand and then some tea in another. Let's see, can we shift that camera? We like that blue background, don't we? You know why we like the blue? Because Lions win again. Lions win again. Let's go. That might be what I do this weekend. I might actually sit and reorganize the studio on Saturday. If I'm actually going to try to do this thing for real, I can't be messing around with stuff all the time, right? You got to like just set it and forget it. Set it and forget it. Okay, so we'll start here soon. It's almost too hot for this dang hat, man. Let's go like that and be cool for a minute. All right. So I guess first things first, we probably don't have a thumbnail for this video. I'm betting because I just did the stream. So let's go ahead and why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Why don't we Why don't we go ahead and just talk through what I'm going to do and build it out along the way. And folks, if somebody stops by, please say hi in the chat. Oops. Thanks for stopping by. Please say hi in the chat. Building mycardcomps.com. So for those of you that don't know, My Card Comps is a tool that I'm building to help me comp cards. Surprise, surprise. Let me what if I mirror the camera, I'd be looking over there. Might be the best thing to do. Maybe I can put my face in the lower, in the other corner, right? Yeah, so let me present a screen. Let's go ahead and share that window over there. But if I look over there, I'm looking the wrong way. I can come in here and we can edit this. And can I put... Yeah, we'll call it custom layout 4. And then we can split down here and go to custom layout 4. Yeah, because then if I look over there, it looks like I'm looking at the screen. And usually the lower right corner is less active than anything else. So that's cool. That's cool. Oops. Let's go ahead and edit this one again. We'll bring this up. So we're up over that. Save that. Update, save layout. Sweet. There we are. Okay. And it's crazy because when I export this stuff, it all is separated anyway. So here we go, Mike Vanderpool, aka Get Good Dad. I'm building a tool at My Card Comps. And let me go ahead and give us a little bit more real estate to work with here. So My Card Comps is an idea that I had when I first got back into the sports card collecting game. Oops, we should make sure we got audio. I was listening to a Lions bro this morning on a live stream and his audio wasn't playing. I'm like, and everybody in the chat was like, dude, you got no audio. Dude, you got no audio. And he still didn't pick it up. So who knows, that whole thing worked out. Hopefully it went well for him. Detroit Lions, yes. I'm looking at my Lions stuff. Faux show. Hopefully it went well for him. Detroit Lions, yes. There we go. Oh my goodness, that is an amazing, that is an amazing thumbnail that I got there. Is that always going to be? Come on now. Yeah. So first things first, let's fix the thumbnail for this video. I use a tool called Canva. And Canva is pretty dope. I think that this whole my card comps thing is going to be a little bit of its own beast. I plan on documenting the entire build of it simply because I think that's important. Hey, me out there watching this, how you doing? I think it's important to anytime you're using new technology and stuff that appears like it might be magic. I think it's important to build that in public. So I'm going to go into create a design. I'm going to go to this YouTube thumbnail here, and we are going to create a thumbnail. One of the things that we need to do with thumbnails is really think about the purpose, right? Anytime we're designing, building anything, what's the purpose? So this is really to just document what we're doing here, the brand, more than anything else, getting the name out as part of this. So we definitely want my card comps to be a part of it. And then we also want the title to be big and catchy and make sense. So let's go over here. And where did I create the logo for this? There's the word mark for it, horizontal. We should put stuff into buckets. Dang, Neffit. Do I have a project for this yet? Your projects, folders. I do not have a folder here. And yes, for those of you that see this, I was talking to and helping Michael with Card Grader AI. Some people think I'm him. I can truthfully tell you I'm not. I've met him. Great experience. Wish him well with Card Grader AI. I actually was the one who came up with this logo for him. So was investigating it, seeing what he was doing, see what he had going on. It's a really cool idea. Think it's we'll see what happens with that whole thing. I saw him out there today playing with it again. Here we go. My card comps. Here's the logo for it. So I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to grab everything. And I like this background too. So can we grab the background too? Can I shift the background? No, it's not going to let me do that. But can I copy paste that over to the other? Yep, there we go. Can copy paste that entire background. That's a cool thing. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go ahead and paste in my card comps.com. Probably going to go with some version of a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, like the rule of thirds. So that might be over here, and over here we'll say building a tool. Let's go. We'll want to put something that we can see. So let's go ahead here and put in a block that'll kind of stand out a little bit. Take this, we'll shrink this down. Maybe we'll do a 50-50 split. That's probably like the best way to go about this. That way we can keep things kind of nice and simple for the first setup and layout here. We don't want to do anything too wild, too crazy. Just get the point across, the brand out there, my card comps, right? We should probably also, like this whole, it's about the value. That was just a little tagline that I put in there. I'm actually going to change this to the URL, mycardcomps.com. We're going to make that bigger because people need to be able to see that in order to be able to read it. That might not be big enough. What if we bold it? Will that help a little bit? Bolding doesn't always make things easier to read, folks. So my card comps, mycardcomps.com. Cool. And then we need to, maybe we put that down there and we'll put something else up in this corner. Maybe a big, huge picture of me looking like a jackwagon. That seems to work well. I'm going to add a border to this just for S's and G's. I'm going to make that border that same gold color. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then the text, we're going to go ahead and we'll just go with Montserrat is a really nice text. What is that one down there? It's Cocomat Pro. Let's use Cocomat Pro again. I haven't set up a brand guide for this yet. We will talk about that eventually as we build out more of these videos, lessons, everything else that we're doing. Building what is my card worth? Building watch me build a tool to help find out. There we go. I think one of the problems with Canva when it comes to text, and you can kind of see it here, is that it's doing this little weirdness when it comes to font size, not font size, but box size. Here we go. That's not bad. Maybe we should make that all caps, and we can come in here. We don't ever have to all caps. Usually there's going to be a setting here where we can all caps some stuff. So that looks good. What is my card worth? Maybe we should make that gold. I guess that's gold. So when I picked the logo and everything, I just wanted something that looked like it was going to be. See, but that doesn't really jump out very much. We should probably make that. What if we make that the heavy color? It's big and blocky. What about something like that? What is my card worth? Watch me build the tool to find out. If we can shrink that down there to 2 lines, we've got room up here. We can make this probably, yeah, nice and big and bold. What is my card worth? Watch me build a tool to find out. And then should we put a picture up here? I'm not even sure. Man, is that picture that gross? Is my live picture always that gross? Please let me know. Who's ever watching this out there? If the picture's gross, just say something. And then do we need a picture of me in here somewhere? I don't know. Let's see what we got. We're going to go to photos. We do need to download a whole bunch of photos. I took a bunch of pictures of some junk wax. A friend of mine was working with. Ooh, let's take that picture. That would be a great picture for this, maybe. Probably not. We're going to grab those. Let's download those, and those will be the ones that we work with. Cool. That's the way. Who's ever watching this? Thank you. Appreciate it. And maybe we don't even need to put. Yeah, we're not even going to put a picture of me on the thumbnail. Let me go ahead and just upload a couple pictures of cards. That probably makes the most sense, right? Let's see. What did I just download? Photos 1. Boom. Let's go ahead and upload the Jordan. That's a cool card. Everybody loves Michael Jordan. That'll at least catch some attention. And what's cool with Canva is you can throw stuff in, edit the photo, and it has a lot of these quick, easy tools. We can remove the background. So I'll probably just throw 3 cards up there, and then we will get into talking about the build of. Hey, there we go. See how easy that was? Edges are a little kind of whack, but you know what? We're not going to freak out too much about it. Let's go and do 1. Turn it that way a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger. Probably drop it behind there. Yeah, that looks cool. A little dynamic, a little bit of an angle on it makes it look a little bit cooler. Let's see what other cards we got. I want to upload a picture of. Ooh, that Emmett Smith. That's a pretty dope Emmett Smith. Hey, Niakila, how are you doing? Thank you for hanging out. It is very much appreciated. I'm going through and designing a thumbnail for this video and then also for the series using Canva. And then got 2 more pictures to add here, and then I'm going to get down and dirty looking at my card comps again. So I hope you're doing well. Thank you for hanging out. It's cool. So what do you do, Nikila? Like, just out of curiosity, what's kind of, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about, yourself. I like to get to know people. That Emmett card's pretty dope for sure. There we go. Something like that for the Emmett. And then 1 more card. And we got a basketball player. I don't have any. Did I just upload any baseball cards? I probably didn't. Ooh, hockey. Let's go. The great one. There we go. Three phenomenal athletes here. Ooh. So if you drag over an already existing image, it'll replace it. So Canva does have some really nice features for air quotes novice designers. Also, if you've I've taught graphic design, I love Canva just because it makes everything so easy. There's less ceremony, and obviously it doesn't cost as much as some of those other tools. What about that? How's that? Does that look cool? Maybe. Jackie, you okay, kid? My wife's not feeling well. Is that you?
Yeah.
Are you feeling all right? Still kind of crummy. Is he sleeping? So yeah. What about something like that? Is Buddy sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I love you. I'm gonna stream for a little bit, doing a demo or a build out. How late you gonna stay up?
What was that?
How late you plan on staying up?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We've got these 3 cards. looks pretty good. Nice little frame there. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if this actually gets any action. I do actually like this better when it's overlapping. Just feels a little bit more dynamic, right? Should we make that in front? Maybe that should be in front. Yeah, we'll put the Jordan in front, right? Maybe make that just a skosh bigger too. Yeah, there we go. When you're in doing graphic design, bigger, I don't want to say bigger is always better, but bigger is always better. Not necessarily sure I like how that's clipped up top there, but that's fine. This, we're going to come in here and we'll just shrink that up just a skosh. We want that space around it so people can, so it really stands out. So why did we put this together like this? I'm hoping that this, what is my card's worth? We're going to have to change that yellow so it's just a little bit brighter here. This should help to grab attention. The images of the cards should help grab people's attention. If we just try yellow, just regular old yellow, it might be too yellow. See how yellow that is? It's going to be really, really bright and gross. Yeah, it's too harsh. What if we do Chiqui Margarita? Sure, that sounds good. Yeah, that works. Good enough, right? So we've got the attention grabber there. A couple of images. Watch me build a tool to help find out. So here we go. I'm going to share this. We can download this. Oops, I want to download as a JPEG. We'll continue to talk about those images and image types as we build more stuff out. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So the Alka-Seltzer is down. Now let's go ahead and put in the downloads. We'll go ahead and go back, share this out on Twitter, see if any folks want to kind of come hang out, see what we got going on here. First, I should go to YouTube. Home. YouTube. Ooh, this Pauly Shore trailer, yo, if you guys, I don't know if you guys like Pauly Shore or like Richard Simmons. I do. The court jester thing looks awesome. But I'll come in here and I'm going to I'll just go to my YouTube studio. You guys can see what some of the stuff I got going on behind the scenes. I am going to be going and setting up the partner stuff, continuing part 2 of that. Probably one day this weekend, maybe even next Tuesday. Just depends. I got family coming in, Lions game on Sunday. Folks not feeling good around the house, so we'll actually see what happens there. But yeah, I've got to go ahead and set up all the member stuff and everything here. But right now, if we go to content and the live that's going on right now, this is us. I can come in here and edit this. I can upload the JPEG. Cool, cool, cool. For the thumbnail, now we've got a thumbnail. I don't have a playlist yet for my card comps. I should probably do that because this is going to be its own separate thing. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on this as I build it out. I figure that's one of the ways I can bucket things, share things, is with the playlist like that. So we'll save that. We'll come here and we'll see ourselves. You can see that we're live here. Go back here. Come over here. Why can I not? Oh, there we go. There's the link to the live. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Mike. Oh, so it's showing up pretty well. Might be a little pixelated. All right, and then I'm going to go to Twitter, say hi to our Twitter friends, and just let them know what I got going on here. Boom, 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 boom. Watch, working on the build now. Working on updates now. So one of the things that you'll see as I do this is that it's not that complicated. This is using a very complicated technology, but we're building a layer on top of it. So OpenAI ChatGPT has a whole bunch of awesome stuff that really is focused on being able to, just like I said the other day with the calculator, work faster as a human because it does some of the repetitive and mundane tasks for us. It's like every tool evolves, right? Every tool that we adopt tends to make stuff faster. So mycardcomps.com, this is the website. And this is actually just a web page. It's not a site. And the link here will take you to the tool. Oh, cool. Awesome. Well, then you and I are kindred spirits then. That's awesome. And honestly, so I was talking to a couple other people about this chat GPT stuff. I've been building a couple small things, just testing out. I've it's insane. Like you basically don't even know how to. You don't need to know how to program right now. You do need to be able to think programmatically in order to be able to make this stuff happen, but you don't have to be able to code. Is probably the best way to say that. So here's the tool, and then one of the things I'm going to introduce you to is a something called GitHub. And GitHub is a tool that a whole bunch of folks in the developer space use, and it is basically a place for storing code or anything, honestly. And here's my card comps website. I have this. Here's the index file. So this is the file, and this is the code. You may remember some of this code from the other night, but this is all of the code. All right, there's the video. There's the H1, the heading for about my card comps. All that stuff is here. And one of the things that's really, really cool about GitHub is that it's a great way for managing a code base. I even have here the text file that is the instructions that I'm copy pasting into the chat GPT or into the GPT to make this work. So you can see here right now, this thing works with 8 sentences. I should say 9 sentences built on a whole bunch of other code. But really, when we get into the back end of the GPT for my card comps, you'll see. Now, it will expand as we work on improving some of the features and everything. But as we talk about stuff like that, there's a few things. If I look here on the web page, what I want to be able to do is I want to add links to my social media or any social media account. That's something I'm not going to do today, but I know I want to get done. So what's awesome is, and maybe we'll do it today. No, we'll probably save that for later. But because we're saving it for later, I can come in here, and inside of GitHub, there's this thing called issues. I can create a new issue, and the title, you can just say add social media icons to, and we don't have to say to, right? Because it's already associated with the site. Submit this as a new issue. And then this list of issues here, these are things that I know I can add and do. One of the things that came up with some early testing was the speed, right? So here we're going to create a new issue and improve user experience regarding wait times for load. Oops, go away. I won't need that right now for loading. So in this case, right, add social, that's quick and easy. When the GPT is searching, it's taking a long time. Improve the user experience. So whatever that means for right now, but that'll be one of the first things that we actually dig into here. So let's just, again, go back and let's see how this thing works. I've got a couple prompts here. Let's get started. That basically is going to say, ask you to kind of do something. Yeah, please upload your card. That's sweet. Let me go ahead and just start a new one here, and we'll test out all these other buttons. Explore, no, my GPT, here we go. My card comps. And if you do keep seeing my card grader AI, I'm not that dude. He did give me access. I've got receipts. I know how some people feel about that. How do you work? So if somebody comes and checks out the page, wants to understand how it works, this will actually give you a list of steps on how this works. So in the back end, I basically told or configured this GPT to have those prompts to be able to respond to the users. So it'll identify the card, it'll value it, it'll present the results and provide a listing format. And then it does even give some information into how it does that. Let's go ahead and try one more time. What are the best practices for uploading? Here we go. Here we go. Clear quality images. That way, if anybody, right, not everybody comes to it through Twitter or through me, might want to figure out what's going on. I put in these things as kind of just like frequently asked questions, user experience things to help the user understand what's going on and how it works. So Speaking of how it works, let's go ahead and we'll grab a couple of those pictures that we downloaded. Let's grab, we already did those earlier. Ooh, I wanted to see if it could do this hologram card. Now I know we've got a back on this, so it should be able to do it with the back. The information on the back, all that text, the number and set, blah, blah, blah is all there. So this is the period, the point that where the initial people I had testing this were kind of complaining about the time. So I think one of the things we probably should do is to um, time how long this stuff actually takes, because if we're going to work on things to improve that speed, improve that time, the only way we can actually truly measure something is to have what it was and what it is, or 2 points to actually measure something. So we want to have a realistic estimate here on the time. So I might actually try to grab like a little timer, throw it up on top, and be able to see how long this is taking, and then the stuff that we do, how much it's actually improving or maybe even hurting that. So there we go. That's a $2 card. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, PSA 10. That's a good price for that. Now, I did notice that this isn't providing citations. Sometimes it does. Let's try another one here. Let's try this. Let's see. Can we do timer? And then stop it. Reset. So I think what we want to do is let's grab this, pull this timer over here so we can pop back and forth. No, we want a stopwatch. That's what we want, not a timer. And then we'll come in here, and how are we going to keep track of our times? We could probably do this in our issue because we're not going to do a whole bunch of data, right? So I'm going to come in here and do current times time. And we'll try to average these numbers. So we'll do like 3 and see if we can get a decent average here. So we'll come back over here. And then as long as we're consistent with how we do this, we'll go ahead and take this Jordan card here, put this in, hit the button to load, pop over here, start the timer, pop back. And then when we get over there, we'll go back. So maybe that transfer time will actually give us a true evaluation. Or it should say a true measurement of the time. Now, I guess it's not bad if you've got your phone or something else and you're doing this on the PC, but my thought is that most people are going to end up using this on their phone because it's just, with car rips and everything else that people are doing, not everybody sits in front of a computer. So here we go. Oh, and there's an error. So let's go ahead and stop this. You will run into errors, and that was 30 seconds already. Wow, that's forever. So let's try to regenerate this. There's a lot going on with ChatGPT. There's millions of people trying to access this right now. I'm sure that they're struggling trying to keep up with their bandwidth and compute time and everything that they got going on their servers. And you will get network errors occasionally because you're basically building on top of everything they have. So all that stuff that they have, lots of people are accessing it, to say the least, right? It's like sometimes when you're at your house, and maybe your kids are watching Netflix, your wife's watching, what do you watch? Hallmark Channel, whatever it is, everything's coming through the internet. You just want to play a little game, and something slows down for that reason because of how many people are accessing it. Same type of thing, right? It's all access. So here we go. It's searching, it's searching, it's searching. And I guess probably maybe want to measure the time it starts to start delivering results and not the time it's actually completely done. Because there we go. We can stop this. And I guess that's the decision that we need to make. So that was a minute there. As a user, I probably only really truly get bored while it's searching, right? Once it starts delivering results, at least I'm engaged back in. So maybe that's the time that we're going to keep. We're going to keep time here. And I'm going to put a note in current time. We're going to say from submit to starting the delivery of data, the delivery of the results. Okay. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, and that'll give us an average. That'll be cool. And then we can at least go from there and have a starting point. So we'll reset this. But this looks pretty good, right? So this Michael Jordan card, the hoops, what is it, 91 hoops? I'm sorry, 1990, it's right in front of my face, hoops. If I've got a decent looking one that I think is going to 10, I definitely am going to get those graded simply because of that PSA 10 price. Now the citations are gone. That's a little odd. We'll see if we can get those back. Let's go ahead and check out this. Let's check out this Wayne Gretzky Pro Set card. We'll see what happens. The images load. Then we hit submit. Hop over the timer, start the timer, and then as soon as it starts delivering results, we'll stop the timer, and that'll give us our time, the wait time. I think that's what we're going to call it, right? We want to improve the wait time. You know, people are really impatient simply because all of these tools and technology have evolved to the point where everything's instantaneous for the most part. I think one of the only things I really wait on anymore is the TV to load, which is crazy, right? Back in the day, you used to turn it on and it was there. Now you've got all these apps and everything that have to load. What else do you wait for? Oh, the gas station. It's cold right now, right? You're waiting for that stupid arse gas station pump to be ready to rock and roll. So that was about 40 seconds. Okay. Cool. So we're going to put that in here. This was 40S. And that Gretzky card, quarter to $5. Probably not worth grading unless you got a guaranteed 10. Even then, probably not worth grading. Let's go ahead and get two more into the mix. Emmett Smith Stadium Club. That's a dope looking card. I really like that card. Let's go. We'll stop and start the timer again. Probably going to be about the same amount of time, right? Was that 43 seconds actually? We want to be as accurate as possible when measuring. All right. It's working. It's thinking, doing research. And this may be the thing. It could be going and searching too much and too wide. Narrowing the focus of the search can help. I did ask ChatGPT for some recommendations on how to improve the wait time, and I didn't employ any of them because I definitely want to be able to measure and see what impact they're going to have. But we're going to get into that here in a second. Once this card starts processing, and then once the other one starts processing, is done processing. Holy mackerel. So that's 47 seconds. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Raw price, a $2 card. And then let's come in here. And they're not giving us any of the trend data either. No, they are. Value stable. Okay, cool. That looks good. That looks good. Let's go here. Ooh, this Sean Kemp card, that one's pretty dope. Let's see what's up. A friend of mine gave me a whole bunch of basketball cards to try to sell for him. So I was working on that earlier, kind of looking at those. See what happens here. Probably another 40 seconds, right? So 45 seconds is a long freaking time. But what's great with a long amount of time is it should it should be fairly simple to trim that time. So when we talk about what we're going to do to resolve this type of issue, we're really talking about using the scientific method. You know, if you remember that from grade school and the design thinking methodology, right? Like we're going to have an hypothesis. If I do this, this is going to happen, yada, yada. So that's where we're going to go in and do all these measurements. That way we can actually know if what we hypothesize is true. And then we can make some decisions based on having good data. So that's a 92 skybox. 92 skybox. Not as cool of a design as the earlier skybox, but they came out swinging with that gold border and then that all white card with the kind of geometric shapes on it. This one's taking even longer. This one took a full minute. Yikes. Oh, if I hover over that, it tells us. Oh my goodness. Yeah, minute 14. Yowza. People are not going to wait that long. I'm just going to tell you. That's a long time for people to wait for information. So let's go ahead and see what this results back as. Yeah, PSA 10, that's not worth grading either. Let's go here and I will show you. You have to have a ChatGPT account. If I come here and look at my plan, I have the Plus plan. So this is $20 a month. I have access to the GPT-4, which is their most capable model, air quotes. I've got access to a whole bunch of everything else. And then there's the team plan, higher message caps. That's cool. Admin console for workplace management, team data excluded from training by default. Build annually, minimum 2 users, manage subscription. All right. So yes, you would have to, if you want to use any of these GPTs or build your own, it costs $20 a month. So I'm going to come in here and I will explore the GPTs, and I'm going to go to my GPTs, and you'll see my GPTs that I'm working on. This was one I threw together earlier. Cinema Synthesizer. This one was pretty cool. This was we're not going to get into that. In It Together, that's the wrong name there. I need to fix that name in the configuration. There we go. We'll update it and confirm that, and then we can go back. I've got a machine inventory manager that helps me price machines. I've got a thing that I was testing out, gamifying some stuff. I've got a bud tender thing that I'm working on, and the machine identifier, and then layout lens. So these are all of the ones that I have. I'll probably need to trim that up here, but my card comps, that is the one that we're working on right now. So the way that this is laid out, you've got a name, a description, and then instructions. And then you have these conversation starters. And these conversation starters really are just preloaded prompts that you put in. We kind of went over those earlier. And then we have the knowledge section. This is where things are going to get really, really interesting when we start adding our own data, right? Because right now, what's happening is my card comps is using the instructions to do what GPT does in all of the GPT. I can start coming in here and programming and loading some of the data and other images and stuff to help train the model or train this GPT to give better results. And that may be one of the other things here. Issue, we're going to add a third issue, and this one is going to be struggles with variations. So like you can upload a silver. Actually, it does a pretty good job identifying the silver. You can order like a pink prism, and it sometimes misidentifies as a green prism. That's something that we're going to have to put in here, and actually probably put that into the description. Example, loaded a pink prism, a green prism, whatever it was, and it thought it was pink. So that's something that we're going to work on eventually as well. I'm going to prioritize the improving user experience regarding wait times, because that's going to help everything, right? If I'm working on identifying a solution for testing different variants, all that kind of good stuff, the faster this thing works, the faster I can test. So this speed thing here is really, really important. I'd love to be able to, take that speed issue from what, that's about an average of a minute, maybe 55 seconds. That's got to get down to 30 seconds at some point. So how can we work on that? Like, what can we do? Yeah, that's a great question. We'll talk about that in a second with our good friend ChatGPT. And then we have actions. And these actions, this is where we get into retrieving information and taking actions outside of GPT. Without getting too complicated, this will let us wire in, connect to other websites, even our own websites and data sources, to make better decisions, right? So maybe we can get connected to the API for a collectible a checklist website, right? I don't want to have to recreate all that data. Maybe I make nice with somebody that's got all those checklists, like Cardboard Connection or something like that, and then I can get access to their stuff. That's going to make it easier for this thing to identify. Typically, that type of stuff, right? You're paying because you're accessing folks' data, but if it's going to yield you a better product, why not? So lots of stuff we can do there eventually. As my good friend Jerry Schnepp says, let's make it work and then make it work better. So probably all we're going to get to tonight, because again, I'm not feeling well and I'm not going to hang out for too long. Probably try to wrap it up, half hour or so. We're going to hop over here to the create side of this. Now, the create side is really, really cool because you basically have a conversation. Like, going to take a baby step back. And I'm going to create a new GPT just so you can see how easy this is. I'm going to go into create here. Hey, Jackie. Never mind, I got it. User enters some recipes. You return, or some ingredients. You return some recipes. Okay. Like that prompt right there, those 8 words is going to give us a functioning app. Or I guess that's the right thing to call it at this point. How about reading this recipe wizard? That's sweet. Yes, we'll say yes. It's all conversational. It's basically conversational natural language programming versus having to know what code does, right? So there we go. And now it's going to generate a profile picture, a logo for us. Typically, it generates super complicated logos that are not effective and recommended. Like that's a little ridiculous. There's too much going on there for a logo. Doesn't stand out, not easy to identify. If you're going to make a real logo, you're going to want to use something like Canva. But let's go and simplify it. And then we'll just move on because I'm sure I'm not the only person to think about that idea of adding ingredients and having recipes, but probably already exists somewhere, in all honesty, right? So it works pretty quickly. Sure, that looks great. I can't see anything that looks great. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, nice job. That's not horrible. Okay, so let's test it. Oh, here we go. Here's another question from them. This is nice. So when thinking about suggesting recipes, should the GPT prioritize quick and easy recipes, or should it focus on creative and unique recipes? Additionally, should it include nutritional information or dietary considerations in this response? Why don't we ask a series of simple questions when we start to understand what the user is trying to accomplish? This is the fundamental thing when you're building anything, right? Begin with the end in mind and understanding, right? So Stephen Covey, begin with the end in mind and seek first to understand. The one thing that I've noticed ChatGPT and GPTs do is they want to vomit out the answer right away without fully understanding what you're asking. You have to go in and do some of this, and we'll probably have to fine tune it. I had to do this with some other things that I built. You really have to slow ChatGPT down and ask it to ask questions so it has an understanding of what you're actually trying to build. One last, make sure when seeking understanding that you ask, what's up? Hey, Sam, what's going on? One question at a time. So I'm going through here, Sam, and I'm just building a real quick GPT for recipes that you probably only missed like 5 minutes worth of work here. And what it'll do is I can give it a couple ingredients. Let's say, I look in the refrigerator and I see I got chicken and eggs. I can say, make something with chicken eggs. Which came first? We don't know. But now we just had a conversation with the GPT builder, and all this is conversational, right? This is where we started. I said, user enter some information, ingredients. Then we had it build us a logo that was kind of crappy. Then we made it simplified. And then the GPT came back and said, hey, had a couple questions for us and what we want to consider for the user. And I turned around and said, hey, why don't you just ask the user? So we're going to go and test this now. So we do have this little preview space. But before we do that, well, no, let's do that first. So hello, see what it comes back with. What ingredients do you have on hand? I have chicken and rice. Do you have any particular cuisine in mind or dietary restrictions? I like Mediterranean. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to spell well. It does a pretty good job of figuring out horrible spelling. And no restrictions. Mediterranean style chicken and rice just sounds delicious. Would you like a recipe that's more on the quick and easy side, or are you open to something that might take a little bit more quick and easy? So yeah, building in to the GPT, questions like that. So it understands what the user wants, is going to have you a better user experience, better experience for the user. And here we go. Hey, Jack, you want to try to make a quick and easy Mediterranean chicken and rice? Yeah, okay. It is 10 o'clock here. So yeah, there we go. There's a recipe. And honestly, we had this thing built in how long? I think it was 9:33. In under 10 minutes, we got this thing rocking and rolling. Let's go ask here. Can you generate? Because that's the other thing. It does have the ability to connect to DALL-E, the image generator. I wonder if it can create an image of what this thing will look like. Can you generate an image of the finished dish on a plate, ready for being served? That would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe we could have it show off, give us 3 pictures and pick one. That might be another option on here too. We can play around. I'm gonna jump off of this, but you can honestly see how quick and easy it is to make these GPTs. Okay, so supposedly it's going to do it. Let's go macaroni and sausage. Can you make anything with macaroni and sausage? Pasta dish. Let's do a casserole. Ooh, and it's asking for specific sausage. Here we go. 2 cups of macaroni, a pound of sausage, onion. Is it going to give us a picture? I hope so. And the instructions all right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please give us a picture. Yes, yes. I'm so excited for this. Let's see what this looks like. Mount Rushmore. What's Mount Rushmore? I'm confused. Sorry, I may make that comment later. Oh, it's going to create this image. So what I would probably do, right, because I think a lot of the choices we make around for what things look like. Holy stuff, dude. Are you kidding me? Okay. I don't want to mess with this too much, man, but holy mackerel. What do you guys think? Is that pretty cool? Wow. Can you show me what it would look like on a plate? Let's see if it can do this. I'd eat that stuff, right? Right? Let's go. Oh my goodness. I obviously there's probably 3 million of these out there. And that's the thing I think everybody needs to think about, right? It's so easy to make these things that there's going to be just a flood. Dude, what the funk, man? There's just going to be a flood of this stuff out there. When you build something, you have to really think about the user. What's going to win in this space is what wins in every space, and it's whether the users like it or not, right? Hey, what's up, Willow? How are you doing? That's Sam. Yeah, Sam hangs out all the time. We have a good time. What does Willow like to eat? Let's see. What does my son like to eat? Let's see if we can make a recipe with Cheez-Its and spaghetti and noodles. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Interesting combination. We can create a unique, tasty dish using the ingredients. How about a Cheez-It crusted noodle bake? Sure. Panda Express. Do you have a preference for type of noodles? Let's go with just angel hair. I like angel hair pasta. I don't know. Oh no, let's do bow tie. I like bow tie noodles, right? Bow tie noodles. And I. Would you like any additional ingredients? Yeah, let's put in some vegetables. Pick a vegetable. Make sure there's vegetables. Add vegetables. And then, do I have any dietary restrictions? What would be a dietary restriction, Jackie? She's listening to something else. I'll just say no dietary restrictions. But literally, this thing was built in 10 minutes now. I started this at 9:33, It's been 10 minutes. So Cheez-It crusted bow tie noodle bake with vegetables. Ooh, there's zucchini in this. Oh, I'm going to ask it to remove the zucchini. And we'll see what happens. It's everything, dude. First remove the zucchini. Replace. Let's replace. Well, there we go. Broccoli. Yeah, that's some nice texture. There we go. I love broccoli. Squash, bell pepper. Oh my goodness, guys. This is so dope. Like I could just have the GPT do stuff like this, have my wife make it, and then we can experiment, and that'd be a great YouTube channel, wouldn't it? I got your YouTube channel idea, Jackie. Yeah. I said I've got our YouTube channel idea. I've got a GPT that I can give a couple ingredients to. It'll suggest a recipe. We then make it and eat it, and we'll do our reactions. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. That doesn't look horrible. Come here, come here, come here if you can. Would you eat this? Boo. That's the other thing too. I don't think it saves these right now. That's one of the things. Like we would have to copy paste this. Okay. So anyway, I hope that's enough. Like what you can kind of see here with what these GPTs can do, and it's ridiculously phenomenal. Ridiculously phenomenal. So let's go back here. Here's my GPTs, my card comps. This is the one we're going to work on. Oh, 70 plus chats. Nice. I think people are using this. So one of the things that when we work on tools, software development, one of the things we want to do is keep track of our versions. And that's where I'm leaning into this tool of GitHub. So I've got this instructions. This is my version 1 instructions. Can I wrap the text? I thought there was a way for me to wrap the text. I hate that side scrolling. Text, yeah, wrap lines. So there's 9 lines here. Like this is literally all that this thing is doing. If we're going to make changes, potentially to this GPT, I always want to be able to go back to my old version. And what's cool with using a tool like, I mean, you could keep your instructions in Google Drive or some other places, GitHub here. You can always go back and look at previous versions, right? If I were to put these into Google Doc, Google Doc does automatic versioning. So we're going to come in here though, and I'm going to leverage the create tool, and I've tested this. And users are complaining about the wait time. What options do we have for improving it? And this is a great place to have a conversation because the initial thought is just make it faster, right? Make it faster, make it faster, make it faster. There's other ways to speed things up other than just the time, right? Because time is perception, right? Sometimes an hour-long movie feels like 3 hours, and sometimes you don't want a 3-hour movie to end, and it goes by like that. So here we're thinking about, okay, yes, one option would be to reduce or increase the speed to reduce the wait time. The other option I thought of was, what if we gave the user something to do during that time, like a trivia question or something else. So I actually had that and I tested that earlier, and we'll see and play here. But right now, what we're going to do is optimize the search query. So streamline the search process by refining the search queries. This includes more specific keywords and filtering criteria to quickly find relevant information about the cards. Okay, I like that idea. That's a good one. Because right now, when you run this, I don't know if you saw it, it was basically like Michael Jordan 91 hoops value and would do a search for it. If we actually included a lot more information about the card number and year and where to search, that could probably help. I think I've already got that in though. If we look at, it's prioritizing, looking at eBay and Sports Card Pro right now for its data. Parallel processing, implement parallel processing. Okay. So when searching for card information and process, we can actually do those at the same time. That might help. That might be the best thing to do. Pre-processing of common cards, create a database of the most frequently searched cards. So this is the other thing. one of the ways that computers speed themselves up is by caching, right? By storing things that you search. So like if you go back and it was more prevalent when the web took a lot longer to load, web pages took a lot longer to load. You would, when you went to a website, it would actually bring up the previous version of the page or the last visited version that you had to be able to deliver it quicker, especially for stuff that didn't change a lot. And then that stuff we can store on computers, but that's a good idea to do the pre-processing. Simplify the reporting format to see if there's an unnecessary complexity. It can focus more critical details first. User interface improvements. Implement a progress indicator. It does already have, when it's analyzing, it's got that indicator, so we don't necessarily need that, but that's one thing we could do. Yeah, and here we go, caching results. Implement a caching system where recent searches and the results are temporarily stored. So like, as an example, if I were to go in and search this Jordan hologram here, I got to figure out, this is AW4, and this is a good looking card, man. This is a good looking card. This has a chance. I still got to pull it out of this to check it. But and I do that, and it's already got the data. If let's say Sam, you were to go and take a look and try to get the same card comped, it wouldn't have to do the whole same process, right? It would just go to the database of the cache and be able to pull that again, because the card values aren't crazy fluctuating unless you're talking like, CJ Stroud and anybody during the NFL playoffs. I could probably put in here instructions, hey, during the NFL playoffs, anybody in the playoffs, make sure you're checking their card value versus using the cache. So these things here, I like those ideas, and we're going to explore those. But first, we are going to do this. Before you start searching, ask the user a trivia question, and then provide the answer when you're done reporting. We'll add that one first. And I'm actually going to copy this, and I'm going to paste this into my issue so I can keep track of some of the things that I tried, right? So this is one of the things that I've tried here. And this will give me a record of some of the stuff that I've done, because I can even respond to that if we find out that it works. So right now it's going and updating the configuration based on what I just asked it to do. And I'm going to go ahead. I do want to figure out and see what's up with this Jordan hologram. So again, my friend Andrew, the behavior of my card comps has been updated to version 1.1. Oh, and they did update the name for us. Well, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, this Jordan card here, holy mackerel. That thing is in great condition, dude. Oh my good. Oh, no, it's not. Mother scratcher. Every single one of this dude's cards has got bunk in on it, man. Oh, that's so beautiful, though. Other than like this little black splotch right in the middle. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that can be cleaned up. It is a holographic card, so maybe. But I'm going to go ahead and take pictures here so that we can have the GPT analyze it. And we'll see if this actually works. So once you put in the update the configuration, it's not live. We would have to hit that update over there in order to make it happen. We can keep playing with this in the sandbox. So I'll come in here and let's grab a card that we haven't looked at already. Let's grab this Fleer Jordan. Oops. And is that the one? Yeah. Fleer Ultra, Michael Jordan. And we will rock and roll. So Sam and Nikila, what do you think about this so far? Is this making sense? Is this at least somewhat entertaining? I wonder if it changed the name, if it's going to break the link. I bet it does that. I bet it breaks the link. So here we go. Yeah, Sam, we'll get back to that. So before we dive into the details of your collectible card, here's a trivia question for you. Who was the first basketball player to have a rookie card included in the NBA license rate? Oh, wow. That's a good question. And that actually went quick, didn't it? So it provided The behavior, it will engage users with trivia questions. This is after presenting the card value, my card answers. Okay, cool. So now it's searching for the value. So that was the other thing, right? It presented, I don't know if the instructions changed there, how much. And this is also what'll be cool because we can go in here and let's say I were to make this change to that text file over in GitHub, it would actually show me what's changed between version and version, and we'll see that at the end of the day. Can it make it multiple choice? What do you mean? Oh, the trivia question? That's a great suggestion, dude. We'll see what happens. So that's wild. It gave us all that stuff up front. Now it's giving it to us again. So a PSA 10 of this bad boy, man, I got to try to get that off of there. This is a beautiful card. The AW 4 out of Upper Deck, the hologram. And I'm going to tell you what, man, the edges and corners and everything on this, it just looks like there's like literally a black splotch on this card. But this is one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. But that's a great suggestion. So let's try that. Who was the first basketball player? George Mikan. George Mikan, 1948 Bowman rookie card is often considered the first NBA licensed trading card. I didn't know that. So let's go here. We'll go back to the create. Sam, that's a great suggestion. Make the trivia question multiple choice. And right, this is still just a baby, air quotes. It's still an infant, right? With what it's doing in the technology. You know, the user the interface, the graphics here, it's all this black and white. There's no anything too exciting. Yeah, wait time is more engaging, right? So that's one of the things. Instead of just worrying about speeding it up, we just want to engage the user. We want, and it goes back to the whole Henry Ford quote. I don't know if it's real or not or whatever, but you know, if Henry Ford would ask people they would want a faster horse. When people ask for something, it's not usually they're only asking for what they know, right? I want this thing to be faster. That's what you know. No, what you really want is to be more engaging. You want to be more engaged with it. And the more engagement, the more value I can provide to a user with these trivia questions. I think that's even cooler than just making it faster, right? So let's go ahead here and let's do oh, let's check out that David Robinson. We should refresh this and the Michael Jordans will show up. I can download these. What else is in there? There's some other cards that didn't get. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I've got more cards that I uploaded after the fact. See what I'm talking about? That Skybox back in the day was cool. And you've got to also like teacher just get. I don't know what anybody's financial situation is, so I'm not telling you what to do about anything. But if you've got an extra $20 a month, I would spend the money on the Chat GPT Plus, and I'd get your kids just building stuff, dude. Like this technology, I've already seen it in my job, my day to day. Like this technology is not going away. This is a calculator. What a calculator was to engineers, this technology is to everything. As somebody who studied technology, design, and innovation, you've got to start. Oh, that's sweet, dude. That's sweet, sweet, sweet. Python is a good place to start for sure. Python is a good place to start for sure when you're talking about that stuff. So let's go back over here. Let's go ahead and, oh, that freaking Jordan is so beautiful, dude. I got to try to clean that one up. Sean Kemp, what's up? Let's go ahead and try this card here. And we should get the quiz question. And which year did Upper Deck produce its first basketball card set? That's pretty cool. And I don't know if it just did this instinctively, but it's already then spitting this stuff out. We might ask it to pause so we can review the question. Now it's going too fast, right? Is it 91? See, it's already more engaging, Sam, right? Now, again, it's because it's you and I having a conversation, but like, and then it's like the whole cliffhanger thing, right? That's why we would wait through commercials and not necessarily always flip the channel away, or why we'd come back if we did flip away with that cliffhanger that's there. Raw price, oh my goodness, I bet a PSA 10 of that is worth a couple bucks. And now this one does have the citations. What? Oh, I got to try to get that card cleaned up. Don't tell anybody it's going to be altered. Yeah, 91. Nice job, Sam. Oh my goodness. See, now we've actually got, now we can do some of this maybe on a live stream, right? You guys can send me cards and I can actually like count cards and do stuff like that here. And then it does citations, links out. Here we go. This is the PSA Gem Mint 10 most recent price. And then the average price and the population. We could also add this into the search. It seems to be moving a lot faster though right now. So let's go ahead. You want to do a couple more? Let's do a couple more. I know it's 10 o'clock. We'll do a couple more here because I think we've helped, right? So here we go. Let me go back to the timer. Let's reset this. I'm going to upload these. We'll start the timer. Sean Kemp was known for his powerful dunks. What nickname was he most commonly known by during his NBA career? Oh, there you go. You already got it, Sam. The dunking Dutchman. Okay. So it's almost instantaneous with that, and now we're waiting again. So we were at about 34 seconds to get all the information. That's kind of cool. I don't know. You think this is better than when we started? I do. So this searching for the card value. So maybe we need to have it search in parallel. I think that's that. Oh, so that's the one other thing that we're going to do, right? We'll have it search in parallel, like it recommended that it could do, and then we're going to shut it down because I'm happy with the improvement so far. I think that quiz question stuff is nice, Sam. The multiple choice thing, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Wow. Sean Kemp was known as the Rain Man. I like it. Okay, so then let's go back here and then let's do, please add parallel processing. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this. I'll update that comment. And you know what we should do here? Let's make this a bulleted list. That way we get the identification of how many things we've got. Cool, cool, cool. Timer's still going. Stop, stop. I don't care. All right. So while the users engage with the multiple choice trivia questions, GLPT simultaneously search for the card details and value. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Let's look up this bad boy. I don't even know what the freak that card is. Some Shaquille O'Neal something or other. Which of the following basketball players was not part of the Olympic team? Oh, what? Of the 92 Olympic team. Who? I don't know this one. Do you know this one? So now this one's waiting. It didn't spit out all that card info. And that's the other thing too. When you only have a limited amount of instructions, I've noticed that the GPT does provide variations of its responses, various variations in its format and everything else. One of the things we really want to do is to make sure we get consistent with that stuff. So there's no progress bar. There's nothing here either. Like on the other times it was trying to do this. I don't know if that's the other thing. It struggles. Is it locked up here? I don't know. Because I was going to say Isaiah Thomas out of the gate, right? Because he got snubbed, but it's got to be Shaquille. Or was that Magic? Was that the year Magic Johnson was out? Because Shaquille O'Neal would have been in college. It's probably Shaquille O'Neal is not there. Oh, did we break it? I might have broke it. That is, yeah. I said this before. This thing does not work with 100% functionality. It does sometimes have to regenerate responses here. And I really want to know the answer to this question. Oh. Well, shoot whistle. Are you able? Don't do this. This is the other thing. You need to be really explicit. Don't do this, but are you able to cache results? Now, this is probably something that we can do with our API and the action. We could set this up. Huh. So it can cache. Holy mackerel. Yeah, this is locked up. Restart the playground. The question was, which of the following players was not part of the 92 USA Olympic team? And yeah, it looks like it locked up. Oh no, we didn't want to reset the version 1. No. Restart the playground, you son of a bum. It had to have been Shaquille then, right? Or was Jordan? That wouldn't have been the year Jordan was out. No, he was winning rings then. No. Go back to version 1.1. Had to have been Shaquille. Oh, unless Larry Bird was injured. But I remember seeing Larry Bird in that jersey. I swear. Yeah. So Shaquille O'Neal wasn't. Yep, you're right. It was. Yeah, Leitner was the only one. Have you ever seen that documentary? I Hate Christian Leitner. That thing's awesome. Multiple choice. Okay. Let's just test it. Let's go back and test this and see what happens. Speaking of Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, and I'm not even going to worry about the time yet. We've got our baseline time. Feels long right now. Okay. Now we've got some interaction. Which of the following basketball players has won the NBA MVP 4 times but never managed to win a championship? Oh, it's got to be. Ooh. That's a good one. Which of the following basketball players has won the NBA MVP 4 times but never a championship? Malone, Barkley, Iverson, Nash. Malone, right? And here we go. That's not bad at all, dude. I didn't even notice that. Upper Deck, Shaquille O'Neal, top prospects, no serial number. The variation, I got to switch on that too because the subsets. Because sometimes it'll call a variation, a subset of variation. Value is trending based on eBay sales with finding higher price, however prices can fluctuate. Steve Nash had 4 MVPs? No way. How many MVPs did Steve Nash have? There is absolutely no way. 2-time. Okay, so ChatGPT does like to lie. But that might be another place where we preload our own trivia questions as well at some point, right? And I'm going to tell it, Steve Nash only won 2 MVPs, I think. Please double check. Oh, and I've reached my limit. So perfect. All right. So yes, we've seen a lot of what's going on here. I am going to update this because I want to test something. So I'm going to confirm. And then what I'm hoping, because if I copy the name, see now it is calling it version 1.1. It did change the name up here. I think that screws up, and I think that breaks this link. No. Okay. So yeah, exactly, dude. It must have something in the back end that knows to go to future version, because if you look here, this is trying to go to version 1.0. Behind the scenes, ChatGPT is keeping track of its versions, so it is delivering the latest and greatest version here. And again, there are time constrictions because of the what you're paying for and the processing and everything. If I try to do this, once these images load, it's going to yell at me, yeah, I've reached my limit. I can't do this again for 2 more hours because I've used up too much of the processing time. So anyway, let's wrap this thing up. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to configuration now. I actually like this. I mean, I don't know. I think this is better, right? It feels like it's going faster. We haven't improved the responses at all. And actually, we've introduced another error where the users might get a little irritated because our trivia questions aren't correct, or our trivia questions, are lying to us a little bit. So let's go here. We will do this. We're going to go to the configuration. I'm going to grab the text here. I'm going to go over here, and this will be, you may or may not understand this. I'm going to go ahead and do something called creating a new branch. So in this issue, and when I talk more about the code stuff, we'll talk about this. We'll come in here and I will, can I do this? Create a branch for this issue. Create the branch, that's fine. Yes, that's fine. I'm going to go over here to the code. I'm going to switch to that branch. And basically what a branch does, it's just separating out from the main code or the live code to a different code. I can come in here and edit this now. Boom, boom, boom. I don't like how it put everything on its own line, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, each sentence on its own line, so I can see this better, read this better. So we'll put spaces in here, see what's got going on. Again, none of the spacing really matters. Computers don't care about spaces. They don't read like humans do. So here we go. When a user uploads a picture of a collectible card, MyComps v1.1 will engage the user with a multiple choice trivia question. Again, Sam, I owe you one. Sam, Sam, hit me up again with your email address and your team. I'll get you a set of cards for helping me out tonight. And Nikila, hit me up with your set of teams too. So when I send your giveaway, I can send you some more cards. After presenting the trivia question, proceed to identify the card from the image. Okay. Using parallel processing to improve efficiency. All right. This means that while the user is engaged with the trivia question, the GPT is simultaneously searching for the values. Okay. The card identification includes, there we go, GPT, there we go. So this is what got added. Do we want to commit the changes? Yeah, we'll commit the changes. And then what's cool is I can go into this pull request here. We can make a compare. And this is basically saying, okay, you made some changes over here in like this little play area. Maybe you want to bring them into your main code. We can create this. And what's super dope is we can actually look and see the files that have changed version to version. And then we can compare and figure out what happened. This will be super important when we actually get back to working with code. So Guys, I don't know, man. I think it's pretty freaking dope. I don't know what you think. I'm excited. I'm excited with working with this technology. I'm excited to be able to teach folks about this technology. So, Nikila, Sam, do you guys got any last questions before I kind of sign off? I think it's pretty freaking cool. What do you think? All right. Well, I'm gonna head out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing any stuff this weekend again. Family's been kind of sick all week. I'm not feeling well, so we got a lot of stuff to catch up around the house. Lions will be playing on Sunday. At the very latest, we'll do some stuff next week. But y'all know that you can see me on the Twitter. Sam, make sure you get me your teams. Nikila, you as well. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. We'll talk soon. Be good to each other.